No, I feel like once you go down a path like that, there's no turning back, honestly. So I'm Zori and I'm Bulgarian. I come from Sofia. Right now, I am having a lot of fun in what I do. The last 5 years, I've worked in startups in the IT sector, had a couple of them myself, and right now I'm working in a startup that I'm not a co-founder of, and I'm product manager there. It started off as just coming and going to see my boyfriend. I was involved in those kinds of projects where I would never need to stay in a specific office. At some point I felt like, okay, but like why not just go around and like see some other people and some other places. I didn't really pick Romania, Romania picked me in a way. In a way, for me, what's more important here is that going to different places, it's not a purpose in itself. Places are not something I want to let limit me in the things that I want to do. I'm more about going to the people that I enjoy working with. When you actually go into another place and you start over, you have this kind of blank sheet of paper on which you start drawing this version of you at that moment in your life that kind of feels closest to what you want right now rather than what you wanted 10 years ago, which can be very different things. And so the kind of friendships that you develop are more closer to who you are now. It kind of gives you this freedom to really be who you want to be. I'm on a quest to figure out who I am, and I feel like this change that comes with different places and circumstances helps me. I also feel sometimes as you need stability, you also need change. I think that what drives me is love and joy in what I do. Creating stuff, helping others create stuff. I have this feeling that there is a lot of things to solve, to fix in this world. Money has been a very big challenge for the first years of my life. Since I was doing my own business, it would be like, okay, there is a customer, I have money. And then it's like, and then you are about to hit the bottom and you're like, I have to start asking money from my friends and family, and like, I'm this like loser that has like no customers, nothing to do, and then like something pops up and you're like, okay, I'm again person, I'm good. You can never really rely on the fact that you would have something in your pocket like the next day. It also taught me a lot, somehow knowing that somehow always when you go closer to the bottom, something cool pops up and things eventually kind of work out. I feel like it's natural for parents to feel like you should stick around and be closer to them, and it's normal, they love you, they want to see you. I think like it's always been like, what are you doing with your life? You have all this potential, what are you doing there? Like, and they also, at least in my case, have this kind of idea of what success looks like. Having a stable job, finding this really cool big company and like growing there on the ladder and becoming this big manager. This is the kind of expectations or the kind of idea of success that I feel coming, especially from my mother. And I'm not living up to that. And I don't think I ever will, because my idea of success is very different. And I choose other terms, and I choose to love her as well. I have two values that clash with each other. So one is freedom and the other is togetherness. That is one of my challenges, figuring out where do I put the limit. I'm very much for closeness and togetherness when it's about something that brings you joy, something that makes you feel good. But I'm very much against it when it's a sort of clinging and like not letting change come to you. You try to hold on very dearly to something. But since things are not lasting forever, things break. If you come to a relationship with the expectation, this is not gonna last forever. It's how life is. You should not base your happiness on clinging to something and wanting it to be stable. You should base it on having fun on right now, right here, you know? The trend with digital nomads is something that is just bound to happen. The world is just more and more open thanks to technology, and people are curious creatures. Key people know that they're free, and you cannot hold them like this. It's a bit like in love. Like the more freedom you give to somebody, the more they keep on coming back. I just don't see for myself a life in which I just settle. I know this is the place I live, this is my career, this is who I am, and kind of that's it. I need to have the challenge. And then I have no idea, honestly. I really don't know how it's gonna be. I just know that I'm going to work with awesome people. There is no going back. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting, the feeling, because I'm usually the person asking questions, and it's so strange when I have to answer them. So it's very forbidden kind of to not have an answer. It's like if somebody asks you about your opinion on something, you cannot say you don't know.